Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your romantic soulmate contract read. I am your reader, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle. Link in the description box, creator on Patreon. Patreon.com/Drawing the Circle. I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. Hey. Timeless reads, yay. Let's get up in it if you are new to the channel. There are plenty of links in the description box talking about the differences between twin flames and soulmates, what they have in common. They are both forms of soul contracts. You have soul contracts with every person in your life, reason, season, and or lifetime. So go check those out, because I'm working with a newer definition than what seems to be floating around out there for, I don't know, the past 3,000 years. And there's a video down there by Matt Kahn. We're going to be using his Matt Kahn Healing mantra deck, last card down, actually, to help you heal what's going on here in a particular romantic soulmate contract that you are in. The name of the video is called Soul Contracts, Twin Flames and Soulmates Redefined. There are a bunch of videos I did on the subject as well. Let's move on. This is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and it is timeless, so whenever you're watching this, I'll allow it to do what it does. And also there is an extended version of this, a part 2, over on VIMEO.com, or you can join me on Patreon.com/Drawing the Circle, and all of my subscribers have access to the extended readings, past, present, and anything I do in the future, as long as they're subscribers. Isn't that cool? I think it is. So we're going to break it apart like a contract. Party number 1, party number 2, and a middle lane we will be doing in the extended reading. You're getting 16 cards in this spread. You'll get like another 33, 32, 33, and anything I need to grab, I can grab from over there as well to flesh it out, to look at the state of the contract, the middle lane. Other than that, both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can. And I've been doing this with clients for a very long time. So let's start the series, the very, very first. And it's my honor to serve. Ready? Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Here we go. I call upon the collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of romantic soulmate contract law, and the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. I need 2 Caroline Mace archetype cards to delineate the dominant 8th chakra archetype. In the 2 of them, it could be on this side or on this side. They're going to have to figure out which column they are in here. For the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract reading. What they've been shooting for, been working on for lifetimes with different souls. So the one they're currently in or the one they're going to be in, they may have met, they may not know each other at all. Maybe it's a come around, we shall see. But let's start with party number 1. All right, party number 1. Dominant 8th chakra. We'll do them face down to start with. They're in the title, so they already know before I do. So for party number 1 over here, and who's party number 2 in this Aries collective romantic soul contract? Oh, the networker and the poet. Good. Both creative. Creative family archetypes. There are 9 different families. The creative family is one of them. So there's a bit of simpatico there. The shadow written on each of them indicates the shadow work, the lead, the toxicity, the baggage, the conditioning, the stuff that you bring into relationships, whether you're aware of it or not. The light is the gold, the healthy, what you're shooting for, and what you are helping each other heal through a quantum entanglement of a soulmate contract. So as you heal you help heal them, and vice versa. Twin flame, you teach each other how to heal yourselves. Looks good on paper, but it's a nightmare. They burn. Twin flames burn. Soulmates are soothing, right? You help each other heal vibrationally. So we're going to start with the poet. The shadow attribute turns a lyric gift to negative or destructive effect. Like there once was this man from Nantucket. I don't know how destructive that is. I knew that limerick at age 7. And I'm okay. sorta. The light attribute expresses soul, insight, and symbolic language. So let's be clear. You do not have to do it in perfect rhyme and meter to be a poet. Certainly the beat poets didn't do that, right? We want to translate everything back to Homer and Plato. I mean, come on, how far back of the rules of poetry do you want to go? No. Beowulf is epic poetry. I don't think a lot of it rhymes. It depends on how far you want to go back, right? But to articulate soul insights, right? That's pretty powerful in and of itself. But to take that same lyric gift and ruin somebody with them or cut them down, tricky. Believe me, I can do it. I write spells that rhyme. But I'm not a poet. I'm a wordsmith. There is a difference. Let's talk about the networker. This could very much be social media based, by the way. The shadow attribute conveys information only for personal gain. That's not great. Spreads fear and falsehood. Fake news. Right? Personal, political, whatever. It's on the planet if you haven't noticed. Both sides of all of it, it seems. The light attribute you're shooting for is enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. In other words, bringing people together, like bringing people together with spirit, the corporate tagline, motto, mission statement of drawing the circle. You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. So you don't be a poet 24/7, you know, draped over a desk with a raven and a quill pen. That's a bit much for a work day. But nor do you have to be considered a networker, like going to networking meetings, which if I never go to another networking meeting, I'll be okay with that. That's one thing the pandemic certainly took out of my life, those business meetings. There's a blessing, there's a hidden, right, golden, hidden lining, gold within the lead. So this is great, though. A really creative fire. Cardinal fire, Aries first house. This could be very simpatico. Good. Let's see. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take 5 cards from the Daughters of the Moon Tarot for this side to look at an element spread, fire, earth, air, water, spirit. We're going to do the same with the Mythic Tarot. On this side will be the heart, throat, third eye, crown chakra dynamic, because that 8th chakra sets the tone for all of the rest of them, right? Beaming down the lesson, changing your electromagnetic field, what you attract and what you repel according to your soul's evolution, not what your ego wants, right? I wish. Doesn't work that way, apparently. This side will do the lower 3 chakras, root, sacrum, solar plexus. So we do sort of have a divine feminine, divine masculine dynamic here, but in the extended readings I flip decks, so you actually get 11, right? The 8th chakra, and then all of those. So we're going to start with the poet on this side with Daughters of the Moon. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon my goddesses of fire, the sign of Aries, powers of the south, please, 5 cards, one at a time. We'll call them out straight up, one at a time, face up. For the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, and cross watchers. Totally forgot about cross watchers there. How can I forget about cross watchers? With this poet archetype, party number 1, what's going on in their element of fire, what they yearn for, what they burn for, what their hearts desire. The Scorpio card, Crone of Cups, Hecate, goddess of the Crossroads, goddess of witches, goddess of transformation. She's actually a Titan, not an Olympian. And this would be the Queen of Cups in the traditional tarot. Now, she is underground here, but there's lots of gems and lots of water, but fixed water, still water, right? Though there is some flow in there. So I'm getting off of that. What this poet really wants right now is to be a little secret, to be a little safe, to really tune into their intuition, to feel this deeply, but maybe not reveal what it is that's going on. When it's a court card, which is usually a person, but when it's heart, throat, third eye, crown, it's an internal dynamic. 8th house, money, sex, power, other people's resources, how you exchange and deal with power with each other. So I would think the alchemy of that soul power of the poet might be really important in terms of how to communicate that. What's going on in their element of earth, the fuel that feeds the fire, to manifest that heart's desire of Scorpio. Well, we've got the Chariot, the Amazon. When it's a major arcana card, heart, third eye, crown, it's all 4 chakras. This is aligned to move forward. Again, very emotional card. It is a Cancerian dominant card. She's even got a crescent moon shield there, taking the light horse and the dark horse and channeling them into one direction. I've always seen the light horse as inspiration, the dark horse as motivation, the carrot and the stick. It's like this morning I was like, oh, it's my prayer. I did that. Oh, show me what you want me to do today, right? And then I was like, oh, all right, get it together. Right? You know, the carrot and the stick. So there is definitely a desire to move this forward and to do it quickly, but to bring it together, to balance those emotional forces. Dig it on the inside, all right? It's good for a poet. They're probably chomping at the bit to express themselves, but they're not quite sure how. So what's going on there? The element of air. What they think about this soulmate contract, whether they know each other or not. They're thinking about loyalty. 3 of flames, 3 of wands, what they're willing to wait for, what they aren't. Very throat chakra. Nice stable foundation of fire that they could build upon here. Maybe thinking about their priorities of what is, our priorities change over time. Like, manicure, pedicure, facial massage is lovely. Well, I don't do that every day. But certainly getting ready for the camera every day, because I stream every morning on Patreon, usually in my bathroom. But I try and put out content every day, right? Because I'm an artist. Creative archetype, artist. So, my priority was not, well, I gotta make sure my hair looks good in the lighting. No, no, I was a minister for decades, right? And a spiritual teacher. It didn't matter how I showed up until I got on camera, then it fucking matters. I am Leo rising, you know what I mean? So there's a reprioritization, or at least a viewing of where their loyalties lie. I like it, this feels good. All right, my goddesses, what's their element of water? How do they feel about this romantic soulmate contract with this networker, heart, throat, third eye, crown, and yeah, they're doing the shadow work. The coyote woman, half of the devil card, the other one is called depression. This is different. They split it in 2. Number 1, because the devil is patriarchal imagery, and this is a feminist act, which I love Fiona Morgan's work. I really do. I love this deck. I've read it longer than any other deck. But it is that thing of the coyote, the trickster, is actually written on the card. So there's some tricky stuff in there. I understand then perhaps there is some shadow work being done. Perhaps they want to go deeper into the emotional stuff within themselves, to face their shadows, embrace their shadows, and do the alchemy. And I have to say, as a poet, if you are the literal righty kind of genre, like this or whatever, this, write it in blood, you are an Aries, or you're in love with one, then this is something you could put on paper or record in some way and never share it to anybody, at least the shadow work, right? Then burn the parchment at a dark moon in Scorpio, whatever. Which is, we've got a while for that, astrologically. But, doing the shadow work, there is some fear here, in other words, but you're being tricked into healing. You're being tricked. This relationship is a setup to help you heal something if you are the poet. Let's get that card of spirit. My goddesses, what is the card of spirit? The soul, the voice of the soul that was chosen to play the role of the poet pre-incarnationally, all of this written into the script before they even drew a breath in this life. For this poet in this Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, in progress. Romantic, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract. Point of view, voice of the soul is Ace of Cups. So absolutely, the soul is going, are you kidding me? It's the first step in a journey. It is an Ace of Cups. It is a seed of love. Feel that. Allow that. But if there is more lead than gold, more shadow than light, more toxic than healing, it's like having more insulators than conductors in the device. Look, I just spoke technology, right? Lead won't let energy move, but that's a good thing, right? Radioactivity. You want to keep something back from Kal-El of Krypton, put it in lead, incredibly toxic. But gold is a very, very high conductor of energy. That's why our cell phones and so forth are so expensive, right? So, you know, this poet is going through it, but the soul is saying, look, this is you're getting a new beginning of love here. Even if that Ace of Cups, you'd say very throat chakra, very heart chakra here. I would say kind of dominant water vibe here, considering you got 2 major arcana cards out of 5. This is about opening the heart. This is about self-reflection. This is maybe even about self-love, giving yourself the love that you need, that only you can give yourself. There's a certain frequency of love, like a note on a scale, right? That only we can give ourselves. And expecting other people to do it is usually what puts us in twin flame situations. Here, there's an opportunity for a creative expression of that Ace of Cups, but through some sort of facing the fear, breaking the chains that bind, not so much through oppression, but from emotional baggage, undealt with fear, unresolved issues, which I guess at the end of the day, it's all the same. It depends on how you look at it. Forever Young, friend of Freud. Let's look at the networker here. Party number 2. Using the Mythic Tarot, we'll get lower 3 chakra dynamic. Breathe. Still point. Thank you. I call upon my gods of fire. The sign of Aries, powers of the south, please. 5 cards, element spread, fire, earth, air, water, just like for the poet, except we're doing it for the networker, the one with the networker archetype in their 8th chakra, in this Aries collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, soulmate contract. Tap me into the Akashic records on all of this. Show me what's going on in the element of fire for this one with the networker, what they yearn for, what they burn for, what their hearts desire, the 9 of Swords. They just want to get this dealt with, all right? Because why would you want the 9 of Swords? There's a lot of thinking. They want to clear the air. They want to get to that 10 of Swords, which I know looks like betrayal, but it's really the resolution of a mental cycle. You know, that's why sometimes people read tarot a little too literally. It's like, oh no, beware of chariots. It's like, where are you going to come across a chariot? You're going to swing low in one, a sweet one, I hope. So it's like, I want this nightmare to end, right? Not the 8, blindfolded and bound. The 9, it is that overthinking, sleepless night. It can be very self-torturous. All right. So they want to resolve that. I don't think they want to cause that. They want to resolve that. And it does make sense for a networker, particularly if there is a lot of false information going around, right? Not sure what to think and overthinking. When I learned this from Matt Kahn. He's a fucking genius. No shit, he's younger than me, he eats kale, he wears sweater vests, he's from the West Coast, there's no logical reason, but I adore him. He says that when you're overthinking, it's an alarm to tell you your heart is closed. Open your heart, watch what happens. It takes a little practice, but then you're like, oh, yeah, shut down the heart. My gods, element of earth. What is the fuel to feed the fire? So they manifest that heart's desire of that resolution of the 9 of Swords in their element of fire. Ace of Swords. That they have that piece of information, that truth that, like I said, completes it. Goes from the 9 to the 10. Ah, well, this cycle's over. Does it mean absolutely that there is betrayal on the table? No, but I think there has been some miscommunication here. But this is Athena, right? Let's talk about one of my goddesses, shall we? The gray-eyed one, the right hand of Zeus sprang from his head. She is a goddess of wisdom, but she is a distant goddess, right? She does not do hand-to-hand combat. Here we have her depicted, obviously, the Ace of Swords with a big sword, but her traditional weapon is a spear, a projectile. She doesn't get her hands dirty, right? So there is a bit of distance here that I could feel, right? And from that, perhaps seeing, a new take on this that allows them to go from the torturous overthinking of the 9 into the completion of the 10. Now, this could be in any situation in their life, but I gotta think it's about this. So let's see what they think with predominant air here so far. Breathe. gods, what's going on, element of air here? What they think about this romantic soul contract with this poet archetype. Element of air, 10 of Cups, Eros and Psyche. What a journey. Read the myth. It's good myth. It really is. You'll see yourself in it if you've been through many romantic adventures into the underworld and back again for beauty cream. It's a long story. It's an ancient story. But here she has been deified. Psyche, which is Greek for the soul, by the way, was not an immortal being. She was like a princess. She was gorgeous. But through the journey, not only married Eros, had to lose him and get him back, and was elevated to be a goddess so that they could be together. Now she live on Olympus. She's very happy from what I understand. She doesn't call much. They're busy, cute couple. But it's 10 of Cups. They are thinking about, and it's funny, they're thinking about, the poet's thinking about loyalty. This one is thinking about, I love you. Like, this is my true love card. This is all external, right? This is all lower 3 chakra dynamic. They're thinking about it, though. You know what? If you're the networker, good. Think about it, right? It's okay to overthink it. Just understand what you need to think about is the love that's here. And of course the fear of loss, right? The fear of things going wrong, the past repeating itself is there for everybody. But communicate. Find a way to communicate those thoughts of not just love, ecstasy. Breathe. My gods, what's going on in their element of water? They got an awful lot of water in their mind, in their air. What's actually going on, and how do they feel about this? The energy and motion that we call emotion for the networker in this Aries collective soul mate read. Ace of Wands. So I get the feeling that both of these people want to start something. We got an Ace of Cups up there. We got in the soul. We got over here the Ace of Wands, Zeus, issuing the challenge, the quest of the return of the Golden Fleece. The whole suit of Wands is about Jason and the Argonauts and the quest for the Golden Fleece. So there is an impetus. There is a spark. There is something there. There's a beginning here. But that emotion, if they can't understand it, you see, right? If they can't make sense of it, well, then I'm going to say then there's this piece of information, this Ace of Swords, either coming from them or to them, that's going to help them resolve that. You got 3 aces on the table. Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands. This definitely feels like a new beginning of some kind. Let's see. My gods of fire sign of Aries, powers of the south. What is the point of view of the soul, the spirit card, the soul that was chosen to play the role of the one with the networker archetype in this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract with this poet archetype? There we go. In this timeless read. The Magician, the only major arcana card on this side, but the soul is saying, get into alignment. It is the first card of the major arcana. The Fool is a 0. It can't be the first. It has no numeric value. Please don't make me do math. Yeah, no, this is Hermes at the Crossroads. And what has he got at that Crossroads? He's got a sword, a wand, a cup, and a pentacle, doing the John Travolta magical mudra there, drawing down, right, anchoring it, manifesting, coming into alignment. I really feel like the networker's got to be the one to communicate right now, though maybe not right this very second. Right? There's a lot going on here. They want to ignite this, but we've still got 3 more cards to hit the table. But it feels like here, what they want, what the poet wants, is to go deeper into themselves here. But we'll see what happens in the extended. Because I want to see what's going on the outer, and I definitely want to see what's going on the inner here, particularly with the 10 of Cups on the outer. That's pretty cool. So, the Whispers of Love Oracle, we're going to get 1 for the poet and 1 for the Magician. These are the voices of the higher selves of each. Let's see what they have to say. Please take a nice deep breath. Still Still point. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. You guys are funny. What is the whisper of love? The piece of information, inspiration, insight needed for this poet archetype in this Aries collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, soulmate contract with the networker. Get to know each other. Get to know each other. Learning to meet another's need for love is important for a relationship to grow. And I think with all the aces, all the seeds there, that does make sense. This could be something relatively new. This may be something that has not happened face-to-face yet, particularly with the poet and the networker. See what I'm saying? This could be an online thingy-doo-dah app or whatever. App. Let's see. Ready? Still point. For the networker, please. What is the whisper of love? What's the piece of guidance, grace, love, wisdom, and power the networker needs here in this soul contract? Heart of the matter. You got the Don Henley card. It's time to get down to the heart of the matter. There is more going on that meets the eye. Recognize what this is all about. Yeah. But it might need a real active magic, a movement of the soul, kind of starting over, seeing this from a fresh perspective, which I can feel that here with that impetus of the Ace of Wands and the element of water. It does seem like the thoughts are getting in the way. Could be the thoughts of others. It could be gossip. It could just be, stuff like the psychic free radicals in the air of just people in our lives and humanity in general, at least at the time of this recording. I think it's always been that way. Greater or lesser percentage. But get to know each other and get to the heart of the matter. Yeah. There is love here. I can feel it. I mean, different degrees, depending on who's watching this, obviously, in different places in the process. If you haven't met yet, then I'm going to say this is slow and steady. It's another slow and steady. But do get the more of these romantic soulmate contracts that come together, the more love comes into the planet. And the more love that comes into the planet, the more fear comes up to be healed. And that's why you help each other heal. And as you help each other heal, the world heals. It's called unity or something. It's called the holographic nature of the hologram world that we're living in. It's how you play the game, apparently. So let's get your healing mantra. It doesn't matter which one you are here, you're getting one. This will really be the dominant vibe here from the Macon Healing Mantra deck, as I said, and then we will jump over to the extended readerino on Vimeo or Patreon. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Last card down as I call to the Ascended Masters of Romantic Soulmate Contract Law. What is the perfect healing mantra? You see more than we do. For either one of them, as one of them does it, it helps the other. Both of them do it. Bonus. For this Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, soulmate contract read involving this poet and this networker. Make it specific, make it clear, make it incisive so that they know if they work this mantra, it's going to help them heal themselves and each other, regardless of what has gone on before or what comes next, or their well-being of all. Welcoming surrender. There is no problem, only destiny being revealed. I know these mantras. I work these mantras. That's why they're in every single reading I do here on YouTube. And my clients usually want them too. A lot of them have bought the deck. Welcoming surrender. It is the last card in the deck. There is no problem. Only destiny being fulfilled, which is why trying to find a solution to a problem that is not a problem can be really crazy making. But I feel like the poet might feel this, right? And they might have some fear about this. But if you can get, we're handed fate. Fate is what you can't change. Your eye color. Yeah, you can get contact lenses, but you can't really change your eye color unless you pop out your eyes and get new ones. Is that a thing? I don't know if that's a thing. But what do you see? What do you choose to see? Do you take the journey? Fate is lead, destiny is gold. Yes, Mr. Gold. Magic always comes with a price. There is no problem. Only destiny being revealed. And welcoming surrender doesn't mean you let go of the relationship. It's more about going with the flow. When surrender is welcomed, you are open to viewing life as a playground of the soul's evolution. The soul's evolution, not the ego's checklist of what it thinks will make it happy, because as soon as it gets what it wants something else. Right? And the personality is in between the ego and the soul, and it goes like this. What? Huh? Turn the other cheek? Giving you New Testament, and I'm a witch. You're no longer worrying about what to do or where to go. Instead, you are following the gentle, peaceful flow of inner guidance. I feel like the poet's got a little bit more chance of that because of that more dominant water vibe on this side. We'll see in the extended about this one over here. In surrender, every personal conflict is handed over to Source so as not to distract from the prime objective of evolving your consciousness with the utmost sincerity, love, and compassion for all. So yeah, this might be a soulmate in separation, kind of doing the inside work, definitely on this side. I feel like there's an option on this side to communicate, but they have to get to the heart of the matter. And with that Magician card in the soul position, they're beginning that, right? That's what the soul is saying. Begin this. Let's bring this into alignment. This mantra is ideal for eliminating resistance, dealing with anger, which is important, Aries, cardinal fire, and easing an overthinking mind. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Easing an overthinking mind. There is no problem. Only destiny being revealed. And if it hasn't revealed itself yet, it still looks like fate. It still looks hard. It still looks scary. It still looks like fear. And there's nothing wrong with being afraid. However, you have the choice to either one of you see this as lead or gold. See it for the opportunity for the evolution of the soul, the healing for both of you, or as something that the ego is going to go back and forth on. You know what? That could even be this on this side, the pros and cons. Well, I want to, but what if? But what if I want to? That's when the light horse and the dark horse go in opposite directions and rips us apart. So, let me put it together for you in a blessing, as I do, and then we'll chat a little bit at the end. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Aries collective sun, moon, rising Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, that they be blessed with all that they need for this romantic soulmate contract, that the poet is able to experience soul insights in symbolic language for themselves, eventually to them, for the world. Who knows? They have to do what they have to do, and that this networker can enhance unity through the sharing of information, particularly if they feel separate from each other, to enhance unity and engendering social awareness and empathy, really feeling for each other here, so that this poet can take the depth, the plunge that they want to take into their more emotional world, and really do that with great strength and force, aligning their motivation and their inspiration while they contemplate and think about their loyalties, their priorities, what it is that they really want, what they're willing to wait for, and what they're not willing to stand for, while they face their own fears. Doing the shadow work emotionally makes total sense, while the soul is saying, this is an opportunity. This is a beginning of love. This is a seed thing, even if it's a come around, even if it's somebody coming back, because we do have a 10 of Cups here. So this could say the networker is thinking back upon when this was a 10 and it changed, so it could be any of that. But so that this networker can really deal with the overthinking mind, right? Those fears that plague them, by really absorbing, taking in, initiating this Ace of Swords, making the 9 a 10, getting that resolution, seeing all the puzzle pieces on the table. And what are they thinking about? They're thinking about the love, their cups overflowing, the ecstasy of this. When they think about this person, their hearts open, and they may not be able to do anything about it, but emotionally they do want to start something, at least externally, right? They want to reach out. They want to put the impetus out there. They're feeling it, but their soul is saying, come into alignment. right? You're starting a whole new cycle here. There are 3 aces on the table: Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, and essentially the Ace of the Major Arcana, the first card, the Magician. So there is a lot of new beginning here and a lot of first house energy with all of those aces. So may the Poet take the time so they can get to know each other, learning to meet each other's needs. For love is important for a relationship to grow, and you don't plant an acorn on Monday and get an oak tree on a Tuesday. It does take time to grow. And for the networker, that they get to the heart of the matter, because there's more going on here than meets the eye, and for them to recognize what this is about. And so both of them can welcome surrender, really working the mantra and getting the truth. There is no problem, only destiny being revealed. So if this is a comeback, if this is a come around, if this is something that is worthy of being afraid of and being protective of, know that it couldn't have happened any other way. It's part of your destiny. And in order for both of you to be who you've become in this life, it couldn't have happened any other way. So may they be blessed with all that they need in this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract, that they may help each other heal and bring more love to this planet in a time when it definitely needs it, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So let it be. And so it is. There you go. You want to chat a little bit? Great. Poet, networker, welcoming surrender. Did you like it? Like it. Hit the thumbs up. Help other Aries find the video. And if you want more of me and you haven't yet, subscribe here on YouTube. I try and put out stuff every day, but I always put stuff up every day. Where? On Patreon, patreon.com/enjoying the circle, where you can find all of the extended reads. Otherwise, if you want the extended read from this pay-per-view, there's a link for Vimeo. So, wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed of all of this. And if you want a private read, there's a link in the description box as well. Booking a reading with Mal, a video here on YouTube, explains it all for you, just like Clarissa. Art. Wishing you all the very best and the very blessed, my beloved Rams, my first housers. Hell, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.